Hello, I'm Robin Feicht, Stamping Country. I'm so excited to show you this today. I heard the spring peepers outside this morning and just came up with this idea to make frogs with the Curvy Keepsake Box. So I started with Prince Charming, and of course if I had Prince Charming, I knew I needed a she to go with a he. The base of my frog is the Curvy Keepsake Box, which I fashioned with the Curvy Keepsake die. You want to put the rough side down. I'm using the perennial favorite Old Olive cardstock. You're going to need 2 of these little babies. So you want to sandwich them. Notice I have them on the magnetic platform so it doesn't move around. And then I want to sandwich it between 2 cutting pads, and we'll run that through the Big Shot. And then we're going to use the ovals framelits, and we're going to go ahead and use some of this leftover Old Olive cardstock. So the oval framelits, I'm going to need 3 of these. 2 for the legs and 1 for the head. So we'll put those on. This is the next to the smallest. This is the smallest. So the next to the smallest oval from the oval framelits. And we'll run that through the Big Shot. Alright, and for our final piece with the Big Shot, we're going to use some chocolate chip cardstock. And I'm going to use the smallest oval framelit. I'll place that there. And we'll run that through the Big Shot. And then we're going to run it through a second time. I want to make the mouth, so I'm going to just place this so I get a little sliver of that oval. I'll show you a little closer. So I'm going to use this bottom part for the smile. And we'll run that through the Big Shot. Okay, so with our Big Shot, we've cut 2 Curvy Keepsake boxes, or pieces for boxes, and 3 of the second large ovals and 1 mouth. Now for the feet, we're going to use the Modern Label Punch, and we'll cut, of course, 2 of those for the feet. And then we're going to use the 3/4 inch circle punch. We're going to use those for the eyes. These are all with Old Olive. Then I want to cut 2 of the 1/2 inch circles with the white, Whisper White. And then finally we're going to need some googly eyes. I wanted them a little bit larger for this project. So we'll need 2 Google eyes. And then our last piece is going to be the tongue, which is the word window punch, and I'm going to need 1 of those. To make my frog look just a little bit more realistic, I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set, and I'm going to use this just, I don't know, grunge, I guess. And I'm going to stamp Old Olive on Old Olive. I'll stamp that on all my pieces except for the face, I think. You can just randomly stamp those. And these are his legs. The next thing we want to do is break out our bone folder, and we're going to go ahead and curve or break those fibers with the Curvy Keepsake, and you can fold on that score line. I'm going to go ahead and curve the legs just to give them a little bit of 3D too. Okay, now to put them together. You can put adhesive here and just stick this together, but since it's not going to really show, I'm going to make it even a little sturdier and staple it a couple times, just to really keep it in place. So this is the main part of his body. Then you just pull these 2 little tabs up, and these can go over, up and over, and that gives us our Curvy Keepsake box. Now to apply the legs, I'm going to use these glue dots. I want 1 fairly close to the bottom, and maybe 1 in the middle, maybe even another 1. And I'm going to tuck that on the side of my frog. If it's still sticking out here, you can add another glue dot. Okay, I readily admit, he pretty much looks like an alien now. He sort of looks like that, what's that guy on Star Wars? I don't know, can't remember his name. The little fella. Then you can bend these modern labels, and this is going to be his feet, because frogs have really big feet. And he still looks pretty weird right now. So we're going to go ahead and put his face together, which would be his eyes. Just put the white on the old olive, and then you can use a glue dot for your Google eye. And you want those sort of sticking a little bit above. And we'll go ahead and put on the mouth. And one thing that we forgot to do is curl his tongue. Break the fibers a little and curl that. So fun, so fun. There's his tongue. And let's put that on with a glue dot too. Then we'll place his head in place, and he's really starting to look like Prince Charming. Yay! Don't you just love him? Of course, what's Prince Charming without a little bow tie? The bow tie punch yet. Oh, you're missing out. You need to punch twice. And again, your handy dandy bone folder. So we're going to curl these pieces. And glue dots. Have a ready supply of glue dots. We'll make 2 of these. Adhere them together. Yes, 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 yes. And you only need 1 of these little bands. Just wrap that around. Looks pretty good like that. And then we'll put our little fish tails on. And there he is, Prince Charming. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a hip-hoppity fabulous day.